Hi, thank you for watching. This video is how to fix your valve when water's leaking out of it. All right, so I got a call from a client that I do a lot of work for, just a couple of blocks away from me. It says water is pouring out of his water heater all over the floor. It says it looks like it's coming from the valve. Asks me if I'm able to fix it or if I have a water heater he can replace it with. I knew immediately what it was, seen it before, and told him I'd get up there and take care of it. And here I am on site looking at it. Already shut the water off to the water heater here, and I'm disconnecting the valve so that I can get ready to remove it. So I'm going to remove this valve when the water heater is full of water. And you need to get the new valve ready. You got to get it all prepped. So you get it all cleaned up, which is what I'm doing right here. I'm going to clean some of the sediment that's on the threads and sort of the sensor there at the end. This one has a piece of metal over the thermistor or the well sensor. So that's what protects the well from corrosion. The other one that I'm taking out does not. So it does not have that piece of metal, and that's actually what causes the plastic to break down. So with heat and temperature and pressure over time, the plastic will develop a little crack inside there, and then water eventually gets in. Then enough water gets in to where you see a leak, like what's going on with this water heater. So I'm just getting this valve ready, getting it all prepped, and then when I remove the other one, it's full of water, but it's not under pressure, so you kind of do a quick switch. You pull the old one out, and then you put the new one in, pretty much at the exact same time, and only a couple of, maybe 8 ounces of water might come out. So you want to prep that area with as many towels as you can. Make sure you cover the burner assembly really well if it's still there, or remove it entirely. And then maybe tuck some towels up between the jacket and the tank to catch as much water as you possibly can. So here I am, getting ready to remove the valve. Something I didn't like there, so I'm going out for something else. Oh, another towel. Coming back in. Yeah, I'm going to tuck the towel inside the combustion chamber just in case. Catch as much water as possible, and then I'm tucking it up between the jacket and the tank right there. And that's where all the water is going to come raining down. So here I'm removing the valve. I've got the other valve in my left hand ready to go. So as soon as this comes out, water starts to come a little bit, then you just pop the new one in. I've got a towel sort of tucked inside all the orifices of the new valve to make sure I don't get any water inside there.
It's a miracle.
So now I'm just cleaning up any excess water. There was a lot of water that soaked into the insulation when the valve started leaking. So it's very wet up inside there, so I was cleaning that out. Now I'm just kind of cleaning up the area. Get rid of all the wet towels. Basically the valve is in. I used that drain pipe to sort of release some of the pressure from the TMP. That was off the vacuum. I'm turning the pump back on, and I'm turning the water back on to fill up the water heater. Really important that you do this very slowly in stages and release any pressure if possible when you shut back on the main, so that you don't hit the entire system with full pressure from the street. Now I'm just working on the burner assembly. It was pretty beat up. I'm just testing it to make sure everything's clear, checking the button on the switch there. That actually corroded off the burner assembly, so I cut that loose. I'm actually, so this is a mistake I make literally right here. So I put the adapter on for the flex line, but I did not remove the existing Teflon tape. I just got lazy and put some pipe dope around it. And you always want to clean that down and use pipe dope if possible, because there's a chance you can crack the valve. And that's what I do right here. So I leave the Teflon tape on, and I put some pipe dope on, and I keep cranking it down. It's not on this video, but I crack the valve. So that's the new replacement valve. It's not brand new, it's used. But I end up cracking it because I just go a little bit too far, and all that Teflon tape binds up, and the valve is made out of aluminum, and you crack the manifold on it. I think there's a pause right here. Yep, I knew I just cracked it. I heard it crack, so that's not good. So this time I make sure that I get rid of all the excess Teflon tape and get it down to almost zero Teflon tape, and put a little pipe dope on there before I reinstall it. So now I've got to remove the valve that I just cracked. So that cost me a valve, which I'm not real happy about. Plus I got to do the work twice. So lesson learned there. That was kind of a rookie move. I've done that before. I try not to use Teflon tape on those flex line adapters at all. I just use a little bit of pipe dope usually. I do it all the time back at the shop, but that's right where I cracked it right there. So I'm kind of pointing it out with the screwdriver. It's a hairline crack, so the camera won't pick it up, but it's cracked for sure. And of course gas would leak out if I used it. Not happy. So now I'm just reinstalling the existing burner assembly, kind of cleaning it up a little bit. Some of the metal ring around the burner plate there had basically just charred off, so I just removed it, kind of cleaning up the thermal pile. But it's still good, so I'm going to reuse it. And it's not damaged too much. And it's in pretty decent shape. So just kind of cleaning it up, wiping off all the residue and dust and carbon. And then we'll get that sucker reinstalled. Always like to make sure I clean up the area as much as possible. Any leftover water or dust or residue before I reinstall the burner assembly. Clean out the combustion chamber with a wet rag. There was a little bit of water that got back inside there when it was leaking. I did a pretty thorough examination. I didn't really put it in this video before, just making sure that the water heater wasn't leaking. So the pilot light is lit. Really happy about that. Let it run for a little bit. Charge up some millivolts. I changed the cover to the valve. So almost identical to the one that was on there. But that one had been exposed to a lot of water. So now I'm just releasing it, double checking that the pilot light is still on. So we're good. Plenty of thermopile voltage. Turn on the burner. Pretty decent looking flame. About half and half. Some red tips. And that's about it. So she's all put back together and running. Really happy about that. Just clean up and get out of there. There's some before and after pictures right here. So really appreciate you watching this video and staying through to the end. Please like. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. And consider subscribing to the channel and sharing the video. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day.